3 games in 3 days is a tough deal, and just so proud of this group. I mean, honestly, I haven't even taken a minute. I was just with my staff, and having taken a breath and to figure out how we did it. I mean, UCLA is a really good team, and for us to come in here, to beat them straight up, I mean that's saying enough. And to pull it off with Kerr out, and then Justin getting in foul trouble. I mean, it was just literally like find a way, hang in there, and it shows the grit, the integrity, the character of these guys. So, obviously I'll probably get pretty emotional a few times, but I feel it coming on. But I mean, I love those guys, and for them to believe in me and our staff, it's been a special year, and I mean, I'll always remember these guys, and I'll be thankful.
Okay, we'll open up for questions. Start up here.
When you guys were down 10 points, I believe it was 53-43, in that huddle, from that point on, you guys went on that 20-6 run. What took place in that huddle to spark that?
I mean, just hang in there. I mean, we just have to hang in there, and that was a tough situation. I mean, we were down 5 at half. They had a double pump, 3, to go from 2 to 5, and then you come out at the start of the second half, and then that elbow situation happens with CeeLo, and I know the rules are written like they are, but that's tough when you have an out-of-bounds play, the inadvertent elbow that ends up being, 2 free throws in the ball for them, you know what I mean? So it was tough. We just had to hang in there. You just have to hang in there, and I thought we did a good job of that all day, especially in the first half. With the foul issues we had. Whoa. That was like that for a reason. With the foul issues we had, to just hang in there and then keep it close so you can hopefully make a run in the second half. It was a great job all day of hanging in there and making a run at the right time.
You've been around in the middle of a lot of absurdly good teams, and I'm sure each is different from every other based on capabilities and tone and everything. What distinguishes this one?
I mean, that's a great question. I mean, I'd probably have to take some more time and really think about it. But for me, being my first time around as a head coach and leaving a very comfortable life to, take an awesome job at Arizona and with a group of young guys, we're a young team, and just have them learn. My only objective this year hasn't been recruiting. My only objective has been to pour into these guys everything I got. And that's how I've attacked it on a daily basis, and to watch them grow. I mean, like, Ben, are you kidding me? Like, I mean, I can't even think how far he's come from our first workouts in the spring. And CeeLo, and then I mean Dalen today. I mean, had to play point guard. Hadn't really practiced at point guard all year. And I mean, there was even a practice this summer where I didn't let Dalen practice because he traveled 13 times the day before. I told him, if you travel, I can't play you. So you need to go over to a side basket. You need to go to footwork boot camp, and you need to learn how to not travel. And just to see how far they've come, it's been special. So a credit goes to the staff, and a credit goes to those guys, and and they're always going to be near and dear to my heart.
Tommy, with the way the game was being called and just the tightness of it, did you have to adjust anything on either side of the ball, or was it just a matter of trying to avoid that?
I don't know if it was being called tight. I think that's how those games go. You just have to kind of hang in there sometimes. And, hey, we had like 7 guys plus Adama, and we don't win the game without Adama 6 points today. I mean, are you kidding me? Took a kid who just turned 18 in December and makes 2 threes after hardly played all year. Like, that's impressive. You just got to hang in there, and, sometimes the whistle flips. And today it did. And in the second half, I kept looking up there, and we were in the bonus early, and that's always a good formula for us.
You talked about everybody that stepped up. In the first half, about halfway through, they kind of had some momentum going in the 10-minute mark, and Larson, I think, scored 4 straight for you. Can you talk about his production, especially in the first half before the foul trouble?
I mean, Pella's a really good player, and, he went from basically starting at Utah, transferred to us, broke his foot this summer, missed out on a bunch of our off-season workouts, and then, to be 6th man of the year, so he sacrificed coming to us, and it's what makes us great. those guys off the bench are unbelievable. I mean, and you know, we throw Justin into starting now. The Pella, I mean, how about Umar today? I mean, are you kidding me? Like, I mean, mind-boggling. He's dominating games when he's in there, and so, you know, to have that many good players is a good thing, but to have that many guys that are willing to sacrifice a little bit of individual accolades for team success that's what makes great teams, and I think we're on our way to being a great team.
Coach, I wanted to address Adama's great play off the bench. I know you stated a few minutes ago, but how comfortable does that make you feel being able to utilize him come next week, knowing that he went in there and held his own?
Well, I mean, hey, you know, I mean, the great thing is he's ready, and you know, I've told my staff multiple times he's had a head coach that's maybe held him back a little bit, and you know, and even I thought about putting him in the second half, but I'm like, man, this game's getting pretty tough. He had a great first half, and you know, he's going to be one of our best players in the near future. I mean, he's a special player, and he has some magic to him. You know, even the lobby through to Umar. What might not have been perfect, but I have the courage to do that as a young player. Umar didn't quite come down with it. You know, I believe in that kid, and I'm thankful, you know, that he stuck with the plan, and the plan was not to play this year. You know, not redshirt, but not play. And not many young kids would do that. And it's going to pay great dividends in the future for him and for Arizona basketball.
Coach, Benton, you know, scored 27 points, really came on in the second half. How would you think about his performance? Could you just talk a little bit more about him?
I mean, Ben, he was special. You know, he kind of took him a while to work himself into that game, and, you know, they were denying him and making some of his catches tougher, and we tried to find ways to loosen that up. And, you know, he made 2 unbelievable threes, you know, off a baseline screen on the right side in that second half, and, I mean, incredible. And I told our staff, I just thought those were great play calls, which I'm totally joking because those were impossible shots. So, like, I was like, for you to have a player that can sprint off a screen like that and rise up and stick a jumper in a sold-out, you know, 18,000-seat arena is pretty special. And Ben Rosa labeled today, and he's been great. He's got a great competitive spirit to him, and I'm so happy for how far he's come and everything that's coming his way. He's well-deserving.
Couple quick ones, Tommy. Is that your first career ice water bath?
These guys got me a few times this year.
Okay.
That one was cold. But truth be known, I do like a good ice bath. I used to have one in our house in Spokane. But that was really cold today. It kind of took my breath from me. So, yeah, but it was a good feeling.
Speaking of Spokane, Gonzaga, Boise earlier today. You guys now, I think Long Beach is up like 10.
Yeah. Wow.
What kind of feelings does that generate for
Well,
all that to come together this week?
I mean, it's incredible. I mean, you know, I think if you knew our relationship, you know that it's we're colleagues, but we're genuine friends first, and our families are literally intertwined. Our kids are, you know, they're like cousins and nieces and nephews. You know, that's what the relationship is amongst those families. And Tuesday night, we all got together, you know, after Gonzaga won. You know, Leon was in town and Munns was in town, and we all got together and just shared a moment, just us four, and it was really special. I mean, those guys, and you know, I'm the youngest one of the group by far, and they took me in as like a little brother, but you know, just how they've mentored me and the belief they have in me has really helped, you know, be a catalyst to my career.
Coach Lloyd, after the Thursday night victory over Colorado, you had given props to all the fans from Tucson, and you said you couldn't wait, and you had heard good things about the crowd on Friday with all the Tucsonans coming in. That said, after experiencing that, what's your opinion of the crowd on a Saturday, championship Saturday from Tucson?
I think it was Stanford on Thursday, Colorado Friday, right? So I've got doing my math right. It was awesome. I mean, I'm just so appreciative to be in this position. And listen, I know some people were like, you know, think I'm questioning the fan base or whatever. You know, early in the year, they made us earn it, which is a good thing. I'm all about earning everything. Everything we get, I want to earn. And listen, I'm not wanting it for me. I want it for the players. Those guys deserve, I mean, the work they put in, the loyalty they have to the University of Arizona, they deserve for that arena to be full every night. no matter who we're playing. I mean, it's a sign of respect for Arizona basketball, and that's all I want. I want our fans to, give our players the best experience imaginable those years they play for us.
Last one here in the front.
Tommy, can you talk real quick about you guys not panicking, finding a way, and you've done that a few times this year. Where does that come from, and maybe you or somebody?
Well, I mean, listen, you just got to hang in there sometimes. These games are long, and you hang in there, and, we're a team that makes runs. So I'm always like, hang in there, hang in there. We're, we could be a possession or two away from a run, and we did a good job hanging in there, and you keep it close. Playing UCLA, you have to keep the game close. Because if you get down 8 or 10 to UCLA, then they can really dictate the tempo. And I think we got down that early in the second half, but luckily we made a run right away because you don't want to get down more. And in the first half, with all the crazy foul trouble I had, I just wanted to go in close at half. So, we were in position if we made that run, we could get some separation. And we made some separation, and then, it was tough for them to score quick. We were able to sub some offensive and defensive, lineups in there. And once we got a little lead in there, we kind of put a few defensive lineups in there, and it got really hard to score around the basket. And our guys were doing a good job, protecting the paint and making sure the right shooters weren't shooting threes. And then luckily they missed a few here and there because you need a little bit of that too. And then we got the rebounds.
If I could follow up, if you could talk about Benedict in terms of, he's a very nonchalant, has a coolness to him. Did you prompt him tonight where he had to go and get it?
I mean, no. I mean, Ben, I make sure I grab him, prop his chin up a little bit. We make eye contact, and I tell him, hey, simple thoughts, and at the end of the day, it always ends with have fun and smile, because this is special, and I want him to enjoy it.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.